Blackouts, evacuations, and a rising death toll are what officials in India and Pakistan are reporting as both nations appear to be at the brink of war. Today, more artillery and gunfire along the line of control in the Kashmir region. Authorities in New Delhi and Islamabad continue to accuse each other of sparking the conflict and apply pressure on each other to retreat. Jason Gaidola joins us live with more tonight. Jason, where do things stand today?
He said despite efforts from other allies, there appears to be no signs of slowing down as both sides entered the third day of military attack exchanges. In the blacked out parts of the Kashmir region, loud blasts and gunfire continued overnight along towns near the line of control, leaving behind more damaged homes and other infrastructure.
थोड़ा पैसे पूरी सहूलत में इकट्ठा करके तो हमने ये मकान बनाए अब ये हालात हो गए तो ये पाकिस्तान ये लोग हैं मुझे समझ में नहीं आती है ये करते क्या है.
This man says his home is destroyed, and much of the people living there are beginning to flee the area. Tensions between India and Pakistan have remained heated as they exchange aerial artillery. Concerns of war are also spreading outside the Kashmir region. In India, a military presence is growing, and citizens in the Punjab state are stockpiling on food and supplies. In Pakistan and its controlled area in Kashmir, a more contentious response. Protesters took to the streets, chanting against missile strikes from India. New Delhi and Islamabad are trading blame over drone attacks over the last 3 days, both claiming to be retaliation over a slew of death and destruction, including accusations of Pakistan targeting India's military bases.
The first question is, is the Indian government and the armed forces, are they living in 18th century or 21st century? Because in 21st century, every projectile leaves a digital trace and signature.
Pakistani authorities swatted down those claims and maintains it had no involvement in last month's killing spree in Kashmir, where 26 people, mostly Hindu tourists, were killed. It says it's willing to participate in an investigation.
Were basically an attack that took place 230 kilometers plus from the line of control. So we are asking for inquiry because we want to know. Why would we know? If had we known, why would we ask for inquiry? And just going ahead and exercising provocative aggression on an arch rival is something that Pakistan has bearing with a degree of restraint thus far.
Since the massacre, India began its offensive, where it claims it targeted and struck down numerous buildings they said were terrorist infrastructure. Today, India Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a special meeting with his security team. World leaders have also made phone calls calling for de-escalation, which included one from U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
And the president has expressed he wants to see this de-escalate as quickly as possible. He understands these are two countries that have been at odds with one another for decades, long before President Trump was here in the Oval Office. However, he has good relationships with the leaders of both countries, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, I spoke to him just yesterday. He has been in constant communication with the leaders of both countries, trying to bring this conflict to an end.
In the UK, India's diplomat says allies can make a stand against alleged terrorism operations in Pakistan.
If the international community really wants to be able to look at this and worry about it, the simple solution is to tell Pakistan it has an opportunity for an off-ramp. These are things that the world should have compelled Pakistan to do 30 years ago, and to compel them to implement their promises about taking down this infrastructure. It has not done so.
The fighting has now sparked travel advisories by the government of Canada. Yesterday, it told Canadians because of military activity, travel to India should be done with high caution, while they suggest to avoid non-essential travel in Pakistan. They also caution that consular aid may not be available.